Hello, everybody, and welcome to the As You Are podcast. My name's Leslie Vandergenst, and I'm the founder of Enso Coaching and Consulting. And guys,
Season 5?
we're
Season 5.
All these people are still here somehow.
I know. Thank you.
We're still here somehow.
We made it. Looks like we made it.
I mean, season 5, that's like a big one.
It
What
is.
did you say? All the tentacles?
We're whole hand.
I know. I mean,
Oh,
that's like
yeah.
a big deal when kids, like I remember, like when my daughter turned 5, it's like I'm a whole hand.
Yeah.
It's like impressive.
I still feel that way.
Well-
I'm going to be a lot of hands soon.
yeah. It's a lot.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, it's exciting. I mean, it's exciting because, you know, we've kind of figured out a little bit of what we do through the last 5 seasons. And so, I mean, it's exciting. We've got some goodies in store for season 5.
I think
Should
so.
be a
It's gonna
celebration.
good one.
There'll probably be a dance party at some point.
Probably.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh,
there
my
is
God.
usually,
I
right?
mean, does it
You
start
just
right
don't
now?
see it.
Yes. You can,
The
you
dance
can just
part is
imagine
just-
that it's happening. It's
It's
wild.
only the upper body.
Yeah.
So
Yes, that's it.
whatever. But it's really exciting.
It is exciting. We've really had some great guests on this podcast.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I feel like not many podcasts when they start out get to have the caliber
Yeah.
of, you know, professionals or people where they're at in their career. And that doesn't mean, and it hasn't meant for us, that people have to be like super advanced in their career. They may
Right.
be switching
Oh,
careers or they may
totally.
be
Yeah.
starting something brand new. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's cool, is that we've kind of gotten to meet people who are inventing and reinventing and
Yeah.
you know, transforming. And that is kind of shaped, I think, what this podcast has become in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of the common thread
Yeah.
between all of it is it's not necessarily like where someone is in their career or even necessarily we have artists, we have CEOs, we
Mhm.
have but there is that common thread, right? Just that it's people that are, you know, transforming themselves and
Right.
doing
Yeah.
things different.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's just really exciting. And I think the other thing that's just such a joy is that we have forced fun where we get to be together.
That's right.
Yeah.
and
Did you say
chat.
forced fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're forcing our
Try
listeners
not
to have
fun
fun.
right now and
Try
there's
not
a
to have
camera
fun
on you.
right in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
moment. How dare you?
It's like we put these on the calendar and then we have to be together. And then when we're together, we just get to giggle and all the other
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
I say
right.
it's forced, not for me. It's forced for you guys
It's
to come
actually forced.
hang out with me.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you want to leave this room.
I just never stop blinking.
You know, what we were also talking about is that, like, as amazing and fun as we have when we get together, as amazing and fun a time as we have when we get to, I'll do a thought at some point because that segues into what we were just talking about. It's also can be tiring work too.
Oh.
Right? It's like
feel like
when you
we're all
want
tired.
something to be excellent and all that, it can be exhausting work.
Oh.
And I feel like all of us, for different reasons, are feeling this like end of semester.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
push.
Yeah.
And it was interesting for me to think about how even when you're not in school anymore, or even when you're not on that schedule, obviously if you have kids or if you're involved in like academia in some way, or if you're like, everything still seems to revolve around, if it's not quarters, it's like semesters.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
this
summertime
time
for
push.
some reason everything just kind of relaxes a
Seriously,
little bit.
yeah.
Intensity kind of goes
Yeah.
down just a
Yeah.
little bit.
So
you
I
know?
am tired.
Yeah.
I am tired. And we were
Yeah.
talking about all that too.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I think
Well,
that's an
I
okay
mean,
place to be.
Yeah.
we can talk, you know, you just wrapped up an on-track run.
Mhm.
Yes.
You're jumping into
Mhm.
and this is all relevant because
Mhm.
we've talked about it on
Yes.
this podcast, which is the program that you and Sarah Fleming Walker have started. And so you guys just wrapped up
Mhm.
a good old intense 2-week run
Intense 2
of the
weeks
fantastic.
of the Fantastics.
And then now you're straight into Haya, the
Mhm.
Haya Awards, which is tied to Ginger Morris, who's one of our
Yes.
guesses.
Yes.
Guesses.
Guesses.
Hosted by Vincent Hooper, who was
Oh,
also one of our.
That's right.
I know, that's
Look
so
at
exciting.
Yes.
And can we just segue into why we're so tired?
Yes.
Because our daughters have been in a 5-day run of Lion King Jr., the
Yes.
musical.
Yes.
I know.
A little bit different from Vincent's, but Vincent did do, I mean, we
I
have
know.
to just talk about this because he was so sweet and he did a little video for, I just called him and was like, hey, would you
Yeah.
do us a favor?
Oh,
Will you do a
no.
little
It's
video
so
for the kids
sweet.
when they announced it was Lion King? And he was like, hi, everybody. My name's Vincent Hooper. And I've got something to tell
was
you.
so
And then he
sweet.
like popped into
did a
his,
quick
he did a little, like,
transition
boop, into his Lion
Simba
King. And he's
outfit.
like, I'm Simba on Broadway. And I wanted to let you guys know that you guys are doing Lion King Jr., the musical.
That
They
is
felt
so
so
sweet.
special.
It was so
Like-
it was like the cutest thing.
See,
ever.
that's like those little things that we forget that we do that
I know.
like make everybody's like trajectory.
Right.
Well,
Well, and
and-
they'll know, they'll just like they'll have those the
That's
dot
right.
connects.
Yeah.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
Well, and then just a little jump into with the notion of the little things we do, and like I'm not on Broadway, but I can still do little things for other people,
Right.
and just
Right.
that reminder of like you
Right.
don't know what that little thing will
how
do.
it's going
Right.
to
And how it'll
inspire
impact.
someone or make
Yep.
someone's day, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So we had Lion King Jr. all weekend, and those kiddos were just so dang cute.
Yeah.
And it's not like Kathleen wrote an original autobiographical
yeah. Well,
production that just closed.
Just
Yes.
closed
Just closed.
Saturday.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
On
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. I mean,
that's right.
so
it was like
come
a what,
on.
3 week?
It was a
3-week run?
3-week run, and yeah. I mean, it was
Not like, I mean, funny, yes, but not like super just like light,
la, la, la.
light.
We went into the depths
we definitely went into
of the
depths.
emotions.
Yes. And I think with that, we talk about showing up authentically
Yeah.
all the time on this podcast. So just really leaning into that authenticity and with the intention of like modeling it for other people and helping other people feel seen.
Right.
I was chatting earlier where it was like, I had people come up and talk about so many facets of their lives and
Mhm.
how something that they saw themselves in, but just a range of what people saw themselves in. So I think that speaks to the complexity of all of us as humans and why that radical vulnerability is really what brings us together. So it was a really incredible experience, and like the number of people who reached out to me privately, or the number of people who say like, I had parents come. It was a heavy show. Like it had to do with mental health dynamics and self-harm and suicide ideation, and the number of parents who came and they were like, my kid had I don't mean spoilers, but like content warning. Like my kid had a suicide attempt and is going into an inpatient program, and now I understand the headspace better.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have conversations like that where it's like, I didn't know it before, but I want to engage in this to better understand other people. So it was just really incredible. And like, I hope that there is more for this production in the future, whether it's other theater companies that produce it, or if I still stay with it a little bit longer, or ideally both. But what it means to like keep hustling to get your work out there.
Oh my gosh.
I
well,
mean,
it doesn't stop.
No,
It doesn't.
and that's something I was, just thinking as everyone's kind of talking about all the things they're doing, is I know that, all of us we're all very entrepreneurial. We all, have, the hustle behind and so of, coaching and doing all of that. But then we're also artists that have our own, whether you're in a play or, whatever you're doing kind of in the artistic world, and just that the grind and the hustle of all of it, and how at any given time, like how many hands do you have? Like how many projects are you involved in, right?
Yeah.
And just that is such especially for, we have so many guests that are entrepreneurs, and it's not just for most of them, as we found out, it's not just one stream
Totally.
of like, this is what I do, because there's so much that goes into building a business, or, having a business and keeping whatever you're passionate about alive, or having multiple businesses.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just valid that when you're tired because you've been,
Well, and I think that's the other thing is like we talk a lot about values here, right? And so
Yeah.
we're all doing things that are aligned to the things that we
they
actually
fill our cup. But
They fill the cup. You're tired,
Yeah.
but you still have energy, just like we do
Yeah.
right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. As we do the
That's right.
dance party, bringing
That's
it
right.
back.
The surprise dance
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay to be tired, provided that you have a plan for your own self-care.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Self-care.
What?
Adam.
What?
What?
Self-care. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Next
mean, I feel like
time we do
we've-
this, we're going to do it from a spa. We're going to be
Yeah.
getting massages
That's right.
while.
Brilliant.
Yes. Come with Enso
On the
for a
company card.
day. Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
And
You might see some changes around here. Just us in robes, us in muumuus.
That's
Say,
been floated.
Foreshadowing.
Been floated.
We won't talk
Floated.
about our special guests that might have talked about
Yeah.
muumuus, but probably get there at some point.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or another. It might be season 732.
We're going to get there.
At
Just
some
in our
point.
moo
That
we
is
got
a lot of hands.
cigarettes and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're probably fake cigarettes because
They probably are. Yeah.
We got to protect the instruments.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I love it, but it's so fun. And it's, good stuff. And the show that you did was also very emotionally exhausting too. So we just recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Because you
was-
put yourself out there and you put it in there.
Mhm.
For sure. But I did have a lot of people who were like, wow, you must be exhausted. And wow, that is a really draining thing to do. But I felt the opposite, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was
Mhm.
because it did fill my cup so much. And because it was also funny. So it was like, we're able to laugh, we're able to joke. So I don't feel exhausted in that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Which is what a mitzvah, what a blessing.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm feeling really energized
Yeah.
because it was so affirming. Yeah, and I think it is that we talk about values and what does fill our cup and how we have to drink from that in order to keep going.
100%.
Mhm.
Well, and I mean, just to be really clear why we're talking about values is that we're firm believers that when you're aligned to your values and you're acting in your values on a day-to-day basis, that's where energy comes from. And it's when we veer off of those values that
Yeah.
cause
Yeah.
burnout and exhaustion and all of that stuff. And so
And
it's a
I
good
think
reminder.
it's important too that sometimes even though things are, fulfilling your values, is sometimes you have to push yourself to do something, even if even if it is one of your values and even if it's something that at the end of the day is going to fill your cup.
Yeah.
I think that there's a kind of a common misconception, right?
Yeah.
Of oh, this is valuable to me or this is important to me, so it's going to feel easy every single time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It does not.
It doesn't.
Sometimes you have to push yourself a little bit
Yeah.
to get what it is that you actually need.
Yeah. No risk, no reward.
That's it.
I also think,
Next tattoo.
yeah. Maybe this is tangential. I don't know, but it feels not. It feels
Go for it.
applicable.
Good.
No, I also was thinking the other day just about how, and I think either of these philosophies holds water. But as an artist, when you say I'm going to work, some people are really against that, against saying I'm going to work now to do something that is artistic because they see it as this gift that doesn't feel like work. And again, this can be to the individual. I like thinking about going to work as an artist because I think that there is something about that for me that feeds the actual output or outcome or process
Yeah.
or project at the end of the day when it is given the same kind of attention that in our
Weight
very
that-
work focused society
Yeah.
that it lends some credence to giving it the amount of time, perhaps. And I don't think that means that you have to be making any financial gain from it for it to still be work.
Yeah. Well, it's, oh man, I feel that's so hard in terms of what do we see as being valid or legitimate and how it can often be tied to a financial standpoint. And so I had to separate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and just the headspace that you're in, right? Just the mental, reframe that shows up when you say, okay, I'm going to work. How am I going to show up? I'll show up with my best behavior and I'll be focused and prepared and on time and doing the thing, it does impact it when we think about it that way too.
So
And output, right?
And output.
right.
How much time are you? Yeah. I mean, how much time are you spending? Yeah.
And what is
Right.
the outcome that we're
Yeah.
trying to achieve?
Values, output, outcome, work. All of this sounds very like a coaching domain.
Yeah.
It's
What?
weird. That's,
I know.
And I was in this economy /
Right.
on this podcast.
Seriously, what? So what have been some of the learnings and new directions maybe that we've all sort of seen in coaching work over the past season or seasons that we're looking to take into our work going forward? Because that seems like a little bit of a turning point into talking about who we're going to be talking with this
I know,
semester.
Adam, you're so good.
semester.
look at that.
This time.
Just
You
bringing
are
us
like
in.
Segway King.
Why, thank you.
Segue.
That's my next business.
Yeah.
All right.
The Segway King.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll
you
see them
segue
going,
while
"Oh,
we're segues.
we're going back in time.
Oh my God.
Writing a segue. and
I
then-
used to delight in when I'd see a good Segway tour going on. And
Are they still around?
I don't think so. But I mean, by delight, I meant like
Yeah. Now it's a scooter.
make fun of.
Probably more.
But
Until
But to
somebody
my
died.
delight.
Then
Yeah.
Libby was like, JK, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, but like,
I know.
who thought that
Rest
was
in
a good
pieces.
idea?
Yeah.
It sounded
In pieces?
insensitive. I said, no, I said rest in peace. It sounded insensitive. Oh, I had to correct myself. Okay. Sorry. Segue.
Well, now we're in that other part
Sorry,
of the
let's-
podcast.
Let's go back to
playlist
your
or whatever
segue.
they
I
have the-
ruined it.
The little little E next to the little E
Yeah,
icon
there it
next
goes.
to the next
We're
to
gonna
the
backtrack real
podcast.
fast.
Yeah.
We're talking segues.
I
That's
ruined
right.
it. I ruined it. We're talking,
Speaking of,
not
yeah,
the motorized
scooters.
kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coaching.
We're just gonna scoot on over to the
There it
next.
is.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was-
That is
We
the
are
segue
tired of
queen. I know.
It's so good.
But Adam, to your
Yeah.
point, I think learnings wise and conversations and coaching things is like navigating uncertainty. I would say just like
Mhm.
so much uncertainty in
Yep.
so many different ways and so many different layers
Yeah.
is, I mean, where we spend a lot of time. And it doesn't matter if it's an individual or if it's an organization or if it is a progressive organization. I
Yeah.
mean, I think everybody is in this kind of state of like,
Hmm.
There's just like such a big
oh.
shift.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I mean, individual clients, job market is still cuckoo bananas. It is still a really difficult job market. And I don't want to be negative, but unfortunately, I don't, and just based off of a lot of the information that I've taken in and a lot of the reading and articles and things like that I've read and other recruiters that I've talked to, and I don't think that it's going to get a lot better just where we are right now with, what candidate experience looks like, where AI kind of comes in. And I don't think, I mean, I do think that there will be a shift where, more jobs are available and all of that, but I don't think that there's going to be a shift back to, kind of getting the people back into the process and where, you can just apply to a job and, wait and then someone's going to get back to you.
Yeah.
I think that piece is not going to come back.
Yeah. There's two things that I read just kind of in that line, which is the recruiters are leaning so heavily on AI that qualified candidates are just
getting
completely
missed.
getting
Oh,
missed.
absolutely.
And I think the number was upwards of, like humans did a re-review of resumes and it was up to like 30% error rate.
No way.
On the AI tool,
I mean-
right? So you're just you're missing talent,
Yeah.
which is kind of an unfortunate
Absolutely.
thing from a business standpoint.
Because
Right.
one thing that, an AI tool can't screen for, and even though, it still is the same, recruiters spend, 6 seconds looking at a resume. It's not
Mhm,
long. You're going
mhm.
through them quickly. And, back when I used to screen a bunch of resumes, while I was going through them quickly, I also could identify potential,
Yeah.
whereas
Mhm.
AI
The
can't,
trajectory, right? Like that.
cannot do that.
Yeah.
And so that is unfortunate that a lot of people get screened out because, yes, they didn't have a right keyword or, things weren't formatted in a way that whatever, their applicant tracking system liked. And so that is an unfortunate piece that, I don't see that piece
Yeah. Yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's the other piece, which is like, what jobs should we hire for? Like,
Yeah.
what do we not hire for? How do we create these
And jobs that have
Like, what
become
makes sense?
obsolete and
Are they
others that are,
yeah, exactly. Do we eliminate every engineer ever and then just there's just so many questions right now, and I think the nature of how people what skills are needed
Yeah.
is just again just so uncertain. So how do you when you have an opening in an organization, like how do you make a decision about what we're hiring?
Yeah.
When there is uncertainty and we don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy town, USA.
And I also think that that's a super important thing, as people are looking at, where they want to go work, is really asking good questions about your employer might not know everything about the market or might not be able to say, in 10 years, is your role still going to be viable. But I mean, talking to them about longevity and like what are their plans and how do they see, you growing within the organization rather than just hiring for a like, oh, we need an engineer right now to do this one thing. And then, oh, your job is over. So like, bye.
Bye. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
making sure that it's for a long-term need rather than a
Mhm.
short-term.
But how do you know what the long term is when we don't know
Yeah.
vision wise
Yeah.
where we're going completely yet?
So that's in terms of sort of the job market. In terms of the company side and sort of company structure or business structure, do you find that people are less certain of what their goals should be? Or do they still have a pretty good idea of like, here's what the goal should be, but we're not sure how to get there?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I
is-
think, I do. I definitely think people are clear on goals.
They
It's
are.
like
Okay.
revenue.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
money.
Money,
Okay.
Like
Okay.
figure out how to do that.
No,
But then
okay.
the flip side is like, okay, but how?
How?
Yeah.
No, I was going to
And,
say
like,
exactly
what
that.
are the
And
things
that's
that are
something
gonna
we've
drive
seen with
it.
a lot of the businesses that, when we
We
go
work
into
with,
businesses
right.
and
Yeah,
work
there's
with
just
them.
a lack
Yeah.
of clarity on
Yeah.
just like how do we get there? What's the best way for us to do this? How
Mhm.
much do we invest? Are we like too far behind? I don't remember. I wish I could remember what that stat was, but it was something like, out of 100% of organizations are saying, okay, we're going to do something in AI, and maybe like 10 or 5% of them are actually at the moving the
Fascinating.
needle like where they need to be,
Mhm.
and then everybody else is kind of playing catch up, right? I don't know what the exact number is, so don't quote me
I
on
like
that.
making numbers up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JK, it's the
602%.
Sometimes AI does that
Leslie
too.
Yeah.
so.
University Business Journal pulled that out of
Well,
my
and that's even, I
bunghole.
mean, when we had like Josh and Kit on and stuff and talking about AI and just like how a lot of companies are like, we have to use AI.
Right,
And then they
right.
bring it in and there's not really a plan
There's
for
no strategy.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
And I
it's
think that was
the
one of
how.
the things
Yeah.
that's been just such a thing that's resonating, right? Which is that organizations got to figure out who they are and what their product is, and then let AI supplement until we can figure out how do we harness this in a much more sophisticated way,
Yeah.
right? Like step by step wise.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what we're hearing is the best way to approach it. And you got the CEOs that get really distracted by the shiny light and say
Yeah.
something like, okay, just go, everybody use AI, do it.
Mhm, exactly.
And then they start to do that. And then what we start to see is, disparate engagement, or you have, change management issues, or you have like cross-functional, conflict because they're using this AI tool, but there's no clarity organizationally or strategically.
Is that literally pretty much every session, every coaching session, is AI centric with the businesses or no?
No.
I mean, for
No.
me, it's still humans.
Yeah.
It's still the human.
It is still, how do I deal with Adam Roberts?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure you get that question
all the
Yeah.
ad
time.
nauseum.
Yeah. We've been trying to
But,
figure it out.
I mean, truly, that is like,
Fascinating.
Yeah.
those are the conversations. It's,
and those are the things AI can't fix for you.
Oh, no,
100%,
exactly
100%.
that.
Or they can
Yeah.
give you tips or
Sure.
whatever, right? And we can build models and all that other stuff. But there is something that's nuanced about
nuance.
humans
Yeah,
because,
because you can totally tell when
we're just fingerprint.
yeah.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. But you can tell when, I think that it's one thing to like ask, what is like, how should I go about this conversation? But actually having the conversation
Yeah.
and not like reading from a script that has
script,
been provided
typing in
for
your
you.
prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Right, because I'm sure people will start to just like,
be like, you're not genuine.
yeah,
Yep.
and start to recognize this sounds like an AI. You
That's what I
typed that
always-
into an
Yeah.
AI chatbot,
Mhm.
didn't you, my friend? I can kind of
I
tell
can
that this
tell.
is filling, like conversations will start to get AI. The way the images,
Mhm.
the images your
Yeah.
mother sent you, they'd be like, oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
dog rode on a shark's back. You're like,
Which I've been tricked by
Oh.
those. Just because I want to believe.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I
same.
want to believe that this dolphin and this puppy are best friends.
do you
that they
remember
have
the kangaroo that got
Yes.
on the airplane? That one we were like, you let that kangaroo on that airplane. It was
who has an
AI.
emotional support kangaroo. I mean, I would if it was available.
But the crazy thing is, it all works because that could happen. Like
Yes.
almost anything is plausible now.
Yeah,
that
truly.
almost any of it could occur.
Truly.
And that's what it
So-
hinges
so you're-
on.
For sure. But this is
and you're also we're starting to kind of catch glimpses of this feels,
Yeah.
feels
100%.
generated.
Yes.
Yes.
Like we're starting to get smarter as humans because we're
Yes.
humans, right?
And I was going to say, I
Um,
wonder if, and hopefully somebody will do studies on this. Probably AI will do studies on this. But I think it would be interesting to see if like certain cognitive markers or whatever you want to say are going to increase because of the need to. It's like a new kind of evolutionary need.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
the need to get food, and now it's like the need to spot like a
Spot the
deep fake or
fake.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is an
That's interesting.
interesting
I'm always
like
just glad it wasn't around when I was in college.
Oh, same.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't have written my own paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
I know. But I think it takes a certain level of awareness too, and trusting yourself to question something,
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
right? That it's like because we could just consume it, and a
True.
lot of people
Yeah.
do, but what is maybe a red flag for me in
Discernment.
this?
Right.
Discernment.
Yeah.
Why does it stand out?
Mm-hmm.
What does authenticity mean in this instance as well?
Yeah.
But it takes awareness for that, and like I know
Mhm.
too, that's like a big thing with coaching as well. Is
Mm.
like how to build that own self awareness and then apply it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you think about like how do we inherently spot like something that is evidently fiction
Yeah.
on social media from something that is like framed as not fiction.
Mm-hmm.
But, how do we know if something's a movie trailer versus, not? It's an
Yeah.
interesting
Uh-huh.
thought. Kathleen, how have you found this? Because I perceive that like to some degree what the clients that you work with are somewhat unique from on the whole from like the business world
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Or their needs or their reasons for coaching.
Yeah,
or-
absolutely. And honestly, like I say, confidence building, but like I do have a lot of clients where it is about building their confidence, and it's building confidence in a variety of settings. And I haven't tried putting that in AI yet in terms of like how to build confidence. But I do think there is like, it brings in a level of self-reflection. It's like even knowing what kinds of questions to ask in order for those discoveries to be made.
Mhm.
Because like how to have confidence in AI might be like, oh, well, figure out the way that you dress. And it's like, yep, that can help. But if it's something about how I feel about myself and how I see myself in spaces, that like having a quick fix of like, wear a tie, but why am I still feeling a lack of confidence?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I think it's that self-awareness, it's that self-discovery. And I think that's deeply human. And an area where like where on a regular basis, because I have a lot of clients who will cry on calls. And I even had one last week who was like, I'm probably the only one who ever cries to you. And it was like,
Nah.
honey, like literally,
I know.
you are not.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah,
Same.
right?
I'm like, I have a
different
Kleenex
reasons.
subscription
Yeah.
at
Oh, yeah.
Costco.
No, I believe it, right?
In the
though.
closet,
But
it's
this
like
is-
open. This is all Kleenex.
Yeah, but this is like,
Oh, and-
it's-
yeah,
it
in
speaks to
in
the deeply
multiple
human
ways.
side.
Yeah.
It speaks to us being human, and maybe
Yes.
to where I'm
Yes.
building my own like self like assuredness right now, where it's like an AI thing, as at least as of right now, can't see that someone is crying, and so isn't able to make those kinds of live
Mm.
pivots
Mhm.
that come with just a
Mm.
level of emotional awareness.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that right now. I hope AI doesn't replace me in
Mm.
making people cry.
Now, now it knows. Yeah.
Now it knows.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
no, right? But it is. It's like, in whatever comes with AI, hopefully it means that higher need for humanity.
Yeah.
And what is lacking, and then how do we fill in that space and provide what is lacking?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, we've talked about this. Like the thing that can't be replaced is the like rawness and the uniqueness. And like
Yeah.
I said, fingerprint. Like
Mhm.
everybody is made up so different that
Yeah.
that how do you replicate that? And I don't know, like we can get nerdy and talk about NASA and all the things that people have been thinking about, right? But
moon.
but the reality is like we are so unique, and this
Yeah.
universe has been created so unique. And so, how do you replicate that? I don't know
How did you? I
that.
literally like. How did you?
knew it was gonna happen?
You had to
Had
bring
to.
space
Had
into
to.
it, didn't
It's
you?
Fine. It's totally fine.
You're like, where is my moment? I just got to sneak it in there.
well. So, Adam, what about you? Like,
Yeah.
are you seeing or sensing people concerned about that? Like, what happens to voice and singers? Like, do
Oh,
we
yeah.
like?
Not concerned as much as there's two things that I see mostly with AI. One is, kind of going back to values, but in a different way, like aesthetic values, is that a lot of people will bring in a tool like, an app or whatever, and it purports to, quote, analyze your voice or whatever. And, many of them are in essence just the same thing as like a guitar tuner would be, right? So, what I always tell those people is, and I mean, maybe tomorrow it will be able to do this. Maybe there's an app out there that I don't know about that does this now. I don't know. But I tell people, what you're not getting is information about the way in which you would adjust certain parameters to then match that pitch. Like in the center of the pitch, right? You're not on that pitch.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, is it because of a
What?
vowel thing? Is it because of a
Right.
placement thing? Is
Yeah.
it because of a
Right.
breath thing?
Yeah.
It's probably to some degree because of all those things together in
Right.
some way. And
and
others.
anatomy on top of
Yeah.
that,
Right,
right? Yeah.
exactly. And the things
uniqueness.
very much like it can't detect your crying. The ways that you would adjust for those things are largely individual. But even more importantly, stylistically laden. So I think these things are somehow, extending the myth that we're trying to break, that like everything is just about this one parameter, which is singing right in the center of a pitch, regardless of how you're getting there. And so some people are like reverting because they're putting this one thing there. And they're getting there not the way that they, quote, should be.
Right.
And so the very much cart and horse kind of situation. And so some people, like, I think when they use this, I would love to have something they could practice with like that was
Sure.
accurate
Sure.
or not accurate, but that wasn't so focused on one parameter. And
Right.
and I mean, but this is even with people.
Yeah.
This isn't just with,
Yeah.
this is with
Yeah.
teachers
It's
too.
the same thing.
Yeah.
But the other thing but then a benefit that I see of it all is, I won't say the name of the app. I don't know if we're supposed to do that or not. But in any case, there's an app that has really kind of exploded that allows you to put, your own lyrics into, and it will then give you can give it a vibe.
Yes. Like I want a country song or whatever.
Yeah. You can't give it an exact artist for obvious reasons to like copy.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're good at like any other chatbot, if you're good at writing prompts.
Oh yeah.
So I had a client who came in not too long ago and she said, my husband is a professional musician. And my daughter, when I'm taking her to school in the mornings, she's always asking to listen to his music. And she said, well, I want her to listen to my music too, but I don't know anything about music. And she said, so I found this app and basically what it'll let me do, she's like, I write lyrics, I write poetry and all of this. So she said, it allows me to then write it in. And I mean, this was, probably months ago. And I can't even imagine now with all the versions or whatever they've changed, but it literally sounded like a person. Singing this because I mean, like I would not have known this wasn't an in studio recorded with a professional.
Yeah,
it wasn't
so
her.
Yeah.
It was an AI voice, but literally like she put in the vibe she wanted and the lyrics were identically hers.
Yeah. That's so
she's
crazy.
like, I'm a lyricist because she is a lyricist.
Right.
And here is this piece of music,
Yeah.
and now her daughter can listen to. So I very, very, very much am in favor of it for people who are in an artistic field that requires a lot of technical knowledge to kind of like do something basic. This way, you kind of subvert that and you get to share some creative part of you with other people.
Right.
in a way that is important to you without having to gain so much technical knowledge to do a basic thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and I
fascinating.
think that is very cool.
Yeah.
But then I know other people who don't like that.
Right.
And they say, no, as soon as we open that, it's Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody becomes.
And of course it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
all gonna, it's
well, and like we talked about, then, the value goes back to analog. The value goes back
Yes.
to, these are original lyrics, no AI used, no technology used, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then raw becomes, the value proposition again.
mhm.
And this is where we go back, the pendulum swings again, right?
Mhm.
And we're going to be all.
And I think too, I mean, even talking about like a tool that's helping you to match pitch or like figure that out, right? And getting very technical about that. Again, there's multiple things that could be going on if you're having a hard time matching a pitch. But same thing with same thing with a resume and, and some AI reading it or, an app telling you you're not matching pitch. Like the human piece and what makes it so fun to watch someone sing and perform. I mean, yes, we would really like it if you could match pitch.
Yeah, but how many
But-
times have you seen like a perfectly technical person and then
That
they're
is like,
just
it falls
it's
so
like
flat.
it sounds great and yet there's
And yet-
something missing, right?
And that's the thing is like those are the nuances
Mhm.
that can't be picked up by AI.
Yeah.
And it can't be, you can't like you can't rely on like technicality always to get there when again, yeah,
Right.
you can sing everything perfect, but it can be the most boring
Right.
thing and you cannot be engaging. You can have an amazing resume, can have all the bullets, but
Yeah.
fall flat.
Yeah.
Right. A certain director we all know sometimes will say after a performance,
Oh.
well, that was very accurate.
Oh. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Raw. That's why we
But
like
you know what? I
that's what we
said this to a client the other day, a new client, a voice client, and she said, "Oh my gosh, that would be like the hugest. That would be all my brain would want to hear."
depends
is that
on your
performance
Right,
like,
was
yeah.
very
behavioral
accurate.
profile.
She was like,
right?
"That's like a bad thing," and so then I explained the meaning behind it.
But so much
like,
of your work too. I mean, I'm sure getting someone out of that headspace and having singers that are so focused on doing it right.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Yeah, one of the things I have hanging in the studio says, there is no right way to sing.
Mm.
And I had somebody the other day who's a speech language pathologist who said, "Do you really believe that?" And it was an interesting conversation because the way she was taking it
Perceive
was
it,
very
yeah.
different
Yeah.
than the way I was, which is neither bad nor good. It just was different than the
Yeah.
sort of intention of writing that quote to put on the
Mhm,
wall,
yeah. Yeah. What a lesson. What a perfect lesson in curiosity and having
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yes,
right?
exactly,
Assumptions, right?
exactly,
Can be so
exactly.
easily made.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I think what we're all saying is like the thing that continues to be value is the imperfection in human
Absolutely.
nature,
Well-
which is what ENSO means, by
Yeah.
the way.
Which, yes, it is. It is. And I think what's coming up for me, and this will maybe show my ignorance with AI, is the kind of question with like, what makes you think that? Or where does that come from? Like asking some of those follow-up
Mhm.
questions, like if we're thinking of this anecdote with the quote, because it could just stay, we think about it differently. Well, but what is your thought on that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Where would you elaborate on it? I'm not saying elaborate. I'm not giving a command. I'm turning it into a question, which is a coach thing to do. And my ignorance with AI is like, does AI ask you, what do you think?
Mhm.
Does AI try to engage in a conversation?
Right.
Or does it just give you the answer you're looking for
Mhm.
or that you think you're looking for?
Mhm.
And I don't know. But this is, I think, like the value of human that we've got to keep leaning
100%.
into.
Yeah, the nuance, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting, and I'm sure there's stuff out there about this, but just the default tone, for example, of a Chat GPT being so encouraging.
Great comment,
Oh my
Adam.
God.
yeah.
You're on the right track. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's so fascinating because then you say, well, is that to get me to continue to engage
Yes.
longer with the tool, and or is that a legal liability thing of well, if I go back and put these documents out in court, it was all positive,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and or and
Or does the bot start to adjust based on what
Right.
you respond to, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all an interesting study in how, again, there will never be actual curiosity. I
Yeah.
feel like that's something that is truly probably unattainable. Like, I mean, that would
Mhm.
make it sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be a human. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so there
Yeah,
would be
then there you
it
go.
would not be an AI
It wouldn't
bot
be an issue.
anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to think about the curiosity component.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what a lot of us, I mean, isn't that why we have coaches too? And like, because there are
Yeah.
things that maybe people are interested in something we're saying or
No.
doing.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, and the philosophy of curiosity is fundamental to being a coach. Like we
Mhm.
talk about
Oh,
that
yeah.
childlike curiosity, and that is one of the things that you enter every conversation with, because it allows for that discovery. It allows for that. I don't want to say
Unbiased
yeah,
approach, right? Or
beautifully said. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
well, we've got some.
If we're gonna segue again,
if we're gonna segue again, let's
Vroom,
Vroom, vroom.
yeah.
scooter on over
Yeah.
to the
Scooter
next
on over.
topic. No, we have already some pretty exciting
Absolutely.
people lined up.
Fifth
Speaking of
season guests.
Yeah.
fifth season
Yes.
guests already lined up, so we can get even more curious and
Yeah.
talk to them
Absolutely.
about how they're all dealing with this whole AI thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they are in their own transformation and
Mhm.
discovery.
And again, a nice variety, some
Oh,
really
yeah.
interesting humans.
Absolutely.
One of them sitting waiting in the wings right now. It
I
hasn't
was
left yet,
Just
which is
gonna
which
say.
is kind of shocking after,
I know.
after
It's-
today's
yeah.
entree.
It's a
There are several times I wanted to get out to get up and leave.
But yes, an announcement of sorts.
an announcement of sorts. It's kind of exciting.
It's very
Who are
exciting.
some of the people that we have, Leslie?
Some of the people. Well, we have.
Do we wanna say
how do
names
we-
or do we-
no,
I think- I think
no, let's
let's
not
just
give it
do
away.
it.
We have somebody who's from the
Netflix
reality game show
reality world.
Yes.
world,
Yes.
Yes.
who is a creative and an activist.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
kind of kind
Love.
of fun.
Reality game. Ooh, this is good. Guess who our
No.
guests will be.
Oh,
Guess
yeah.
the
Guess
guest.
the guest.
Yeah.
Guess the guest.
Yeah. Is it game show? It's a competition.
It's a competition.
It's a competition,
competition.
not game show.
Reality
yeah.
competition.
Yeah, reality
On
competition show.
Netflix. And
Influencer.
creative influencer.
Creative.
And yeah.
Activist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Activist. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Just, like a nice stack. of
It's a
things.
nice
Yeah.
stack. Who else we got?
We have a pretty heavy hitting
Reporter. Is that what you're
reporter.
thinking of?
Yeah. That's coming to join
Making
us.
big waves.
Making some big waves. Yeah. Really excited about her.
I know. I am
Oh,
too.
there's a little hint.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Guess the guest.
We've got a couple of CEOs lined up.
We do have some CEOs
Yeah.
and of like different sized organizations and
Mhm.
like nonprofits and corporate.
Yep.
So bringing those different lens, but also how does a CEO remain a CEO no
Mhm.
matter what the setting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we've got some good stuff.
We have an
We do.
artistic CEO in
Yep. Oh,
terms of like
yeah.
someone who leads
Yes.
Right.
a
Yes.
prominent, large arts organization
Yep.
from an artistic perspective.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be good. And many more.
And
Dot, dot,
many
dot.
more
It's going to be good.
on season 5.
Season 5. So you got to tune in. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I know,
it
isn't
is.
that nuts?
5.
Comes back to being a whole hand.
It does. Oh, it always does.
It always does.
The prodigal
We can't.
returns
we
to the
can't.
whole hand.
Yeah, we can't stop being curious and having these conversations. So we'll just
We're
keep
just
going as
so
long as they want us
curious.
to. Just so curious and human. You can't have this dynamic in a
You know
chat
what?
GPT
You're
That's
probably
right.
right though about that. Like ChatGPT is a little too perfect to have a conversation like today's.
Yeah.
It's so
Yes.
nice to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
We-
need someone to not
we
be very
insulted
nice to
the
me.
Segway people.
I know.
It was-
I kind of wanted to write a segue though. Maybe I
Right
still
now?
do. I don't know. I've never done it, but
Let's
I'm,
just do a whole podcast.
but this is
where
curiosity.
Kathleen
Next
does
one, yeah.
An interview on a
Ooh,
podcast.
I think this is where this is going.
Oh.
Oh, here it is.
I think this is going to the like on site.
Oh.
We have to have a
Oh,
season. We have to have a
yeah.
season on site or
Maybe we do a episode on
On
site.
an
Segway?
episode
Yeah.
on site.
I'm
On
gonna
Segways.
sit that one out. You guys do it.
Scooter.
Scooter. I hardly know her.
I'll like be in a pedicab next to you guys.
I remember when
Not
Segway.
pedaling.
You're right. Lindy peddling a pedicab.
No.
Y'all.
I remember when
Can't.
Segways first became a thing, and I was doing this music on this tour overseas, and we were in, I think, Italy at some little town in Italy.
Incredible.
And Segways had just become a thing. And the tour manager was, I mean, you know, I would guess she was probably maybe like in her early 70s or somewhere around there. And you know, she had never like, you know, done something like this before. But the thing went out of control and she couldn't like or whatever. And she literally slammed into the side of the bus.
Oh no.
I mean, she was okay. She was a little banged up, but somebody had recorded it. And just the amount that it got watched over. Because it was so bad. It was, she just couldn't do anything. Bam! Right into the bus. So hopefully that, Kathleen, does not portend
That's not yours.
favorably for your first Segway
I would be so
experience.
terrified though.
Yeah.
I would be the person who's like, I'm just leaning slightly
Yeah,
forward.
right.
Yeah.
It's like one of these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, absolutely. The
Yeah,
jolting.
the jolting.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, maybe
That was-
this is a segue.
That was it. That
I'm
was
a
the
little
final.
more awake now.
yay!
Yeah.
These energetic
All that.
conversations.
Yeah,
Because
that
of all of
got me
our
going.
That's
upper,
right.
upper body dance.
That's
moves.
right.
Okay, season 5 opener
Here we
wrapped.
go.
Yeah.
Wrapped.
And keep joining us, people, because we got some good convos happening.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's going to be really good. That's
Agreed.
right. Yeah.
Let's agree to agree.
Agreed. Well, welcome and thank you. Well, welcome and
You're
thank
welcome.
you. This was good.
Yes,
Good
great
job, guys.
It's
Come on.
time
Probably
for you
time
to
to
do
say
your
goodbye.
line. Yeah, it's time
Let's
to
say
do your
goodbye
line
now.
now.
Good night,
And
Leslie.
thank you for joining us for the As You Are podcast.
Yay.
And please remember to subscribe on all platforms and make sure you
Yes.
tell all of your friends because season 5 is
Yes.
going to be a doozy.
It's going to be a doozy. And
It
also, if you comment, I will still keep the offer of giving you a phone call.
That's
Someone
right.
took me up on it. So
Someone
comment
did take her
Yeah.
out
and I
on
will
it.
send you a phone call.
That's right. All right. Comment.
Comment.
Call me, Kathleen.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.